All right. You guys, metals. Pathogens are on the same frequency as mercury, and the metals. Classified medical research and science uses mercury to preserve pathogens and keep them alive by feeding the pathogen while it's sitting there in the lab, so they can study it, work on it, and everything else. Pathogens are inside our body. Everybody's got viruses in them. It's all about killing them off, learning how to do that through medical medium information, killing your viruses off, getting rid of them, and so forth, knocking them back. But everybody's got bugs that they're dealing with, keeping them sick, giving them all these problems. And what you do is you actually have to take food away from those bugs. You have to take metals away from those bugs, okay? Let's keep on going with this a little bit. So why do we have to remove these metals? Because we have to take away the food from the pathogens. And if you don't know why you're sick, how are you going to heal? You can do hit or miss out there. I'll try some intermittent fasting. I'll try a little bit of this. I'll try a little bit of that. I'm feeling a little better, but not. Okay, I did good for like a little bit. Now I'm not. I'll try this supplement. I'll try that. I'll try this therapy. I'll try the cold plunge. I'll try that. I'll try this. I'll try that. And that's what people do out there. But in the end, do they really know why they're sick? And what are they really shooting for? What are they trying to do? Well, I got deficiencies, and this doctor told me this, and this health coach told me that. Now I'm staying away from this. Now I'm doing that. But do you know why you're sick? How are you sick? Because somebody else out there who aren't sick yet, they're doing whatever they want. They can go sit out in the sun for hours slathered with lotion on. They can do whatever they want to do. They're not tired. They get up every single morning. They eat a loaf of bread when they want. They'll eat bacon and eggs and a loaf of bread. They'll have an egg cheese sandwich from some chain restaurant. They'll do whatever. They're living their life. Sure, there's complications that could happen either way, but they're not sick yet. But then there's somebody who's really sick, and they're doing good stuff, and they're trying this and they're trying that, but they're really sick and suffering. But why are you sick? Critical to know. Metals play a massive role to why people are struggling, why they're suffering, and why they're sick with MS and all kinds of different symptoms and conditions. Just one condition, Lyme disease, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, and so forth. And then, on top of that, it's the metals and the pathogens, right? Medical medium information. Look, people can do whatever floats your boat. You can do what you want out there. You can eat this way. You can go do this. You can try this. But if you don't know why you're sick, you're going to miss out along the way, and it's going to hurt you down the road somehow. The medical medium heavy metal detox has helped so many people, has saved lives around the world. It is a renowned, famous heavy metal detox. You know how it is. It's the ingredients. It's the combination, the 5 key ingredients. That's what matters. That's the heavy metal detox. And that's what we're talking about. Okay, pathogens and toxins. So we have pathogens, we have the bugs, we have the metals, and right there, it's that combination. So what does the pathogen do? What does the virus do? The virus clings onto the metal. The metal clings onto the virus. The metal sits on the virus like this. So the metal sits on the virus. Particles of the oxidation sit on the virus, just like this, okay? And then the virus dissolves the particles, dissolves it, absorbs it through the membrane, and feeds on it. Once a virus has metals in it, and it's been feeding on those metals, and it's absorbing those metals and bringing them into the virus. You see this right here? The metals are clinging onto the viral wall, a cell wall, and they're being absorbed right into the virus. You see that, you guys? Once that happens, the virus gets fueled. It gets strength. It awakens. When it awakens, it becomes a beast. Depending on what kind of virus you have, it becomes a beast. So once those get in there, the metals go in it. Now the virus is awake and it's feeding. Once it's feeding, it has to go to the bathroom. It has to go to the bathroom. It has to eliminate, the virus has to eliminate toxins now. The more fuel the virus gets, which is the metals, the more fuel the virus gets, which is all those metals, the more bathroom is produced. The more elimination is produced. And when that elimination leaves the virus now, that mercury, that aluminum, especially that mercury, aluminum, the copper, right, the lead, the cadmium, the arsenic, right? Once that metal leaves in a different form out of the virus, here it goes. Now, those are neurotoxins. Neurotoxic waste coming out of those viruses. Epstein-Barr, herpes simplex 1, herpes simplex 2, cytomegalovirus, shingles, herpes, HHV6, HHV7. This is all particles being excreted from the virus now. You see this stuff right here? It's coming out. And when that comes out, it's going into your bloodstream now. Now you're getting aches and pains, tingles and numbness. Now you're getting vertigo. Now you're getting more tinnitus. Now you're getting more problems. Here it is. The elimination is neurotoxins being eliminated from the pathogen because the pathogen fed off of the metals. So what you have here now is toxic waste coming from the pathogen, the virus. That toxic waste is now trouble. What that toxic waste is, okay? That's your headache. That's your tingles and numbness. That's your aches and pains. If it's been ruled out that they don't know why you have any of that at the doctor's office, if they find an answer, it's obvious. But if you're somebody that like really doesn't know, no one really has an answer, mystery chronic illness for many years, you're dealing with the metals and the viruses, the metals and the viruses. And those viruses are leaching out all of that now. It's spewing out all that neurotoxin. When that neurotoxin comes out, goes into your bloodstream, and guess where it ends up? It ends up in here. That's right. It ends up in your liver. Guess where else it ends up? As brain fog in your brain. It ends up in your brain as brain fog. Start getting symptoms. Why do I have brain fog? How come I'm losing my memory? How come I actually can't think anymore? How come I'm like so fogged out? That's the neurotoxins leaving the pathogens, the viruses, after the pathogens just absorbed, literally absorbed heavy metal runoff and heavy metal particles right here from all of this metal outgassing and oxidizing. You see it all? All of that. And then the pathogen fed off of that, and it's releasing all those neurotoxins. Those neurotoxins end up in the bloodstream, and here we go. In your bloodstream, there it is, right there. In your organs, in your bloodstream, all of that neurotoxin, and you're sick. You got ME/CFF. You got chronic fatigue syndrome. You got all kinds of different conditions. You got POTS, right? You got just so many different conditions that you can have, RA and so forth, and that's how it works, okay? All right, let's see. Melka over there on IG. These changes have changed my life. I was so sick, I was very close to suicide. Anthony, your advice saved me. And, you know, it makes me so happy to know that you are in such a good place now. But to think you were suffering enough where suicide and to have to go there and to suffer that much, it pains me to know. My heart pours out to you, truly, 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 truly. Tamara says, remember to give thumbs up, to give a thumbs up. If you like this show, thumbs up. If you don't like this show, what do I usually say? You can give the middle finger, but still, hit a thumbs up if you can. Look, you guys, okay? The heavy metal detox, the medical medium heavy metal detox, it's been life-saving for so many people for so many years. There was nothing out there when that was out there saving lives. There was nothing out there. The whole term heavy metal detox now is because of the medical medium information out there all these years, putting heavy metals on the map and heavy metal detox on the map. 5 key ingredients is the heavy metal detox. You can essentially have those in anything you want. You can have those in a salad. You can have those in a smoothie bowl. You can have those 5 key ingredients in some other form or some other way throughout the course of the day. But you got to have those 5 key ingredients. And you have to understand something. Chelation was dangerous years ago. The one thing about Spirit of Compassion, about putting the heavy metal detox, the 5 key ingredients to get metals out of us so we can heal and move forward, is because there were dangerous chelation techniques. And the information wasn't because they knew metals caused any conditions. They didn't think metals caused conditions. They didn't think they caused this or psoriasis or eczema or anything like that. That's medical medium information. But they use chelation for like when you drank lead water. You know, like lead water, like you're drinking tap water, and then the city declared an emergency, and that tap water was loaded with lead. And then what they would do is they would try to do chelation on the person, and it was like that's all they had. But I'm talking about mystery chronic illness and people suffering and struggling and heavy metals, that whole thing. People didn't know anything about that. They just didn't. And Spirit of Compassion put the heavy metal detox out there all these years, saved so many lives. It's an incredible, incredible thing. So I'm just saying, but anyway, you guys, just want to tell you, getting rid of metals is key. If you're not going to get rid of the pathogens, get rid of the metals. If you're not going to get rid of the metals, get rid of the pathogens. Medical medium information allows you to do both, getting rid of pathogens and metals. It's critical.